What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns here, welcoming you to Tips 5.0. Back with my secondary character, Cynthia, after I had a chance to take her to the upgraded character creator and give her a makeover. She looks a little bit better now. And what we're going to talk about today is pretty obvious. We're going to do stats or skills, whatever you want to call them, how you can max out all of your skills, stats, whatever. And by the way, feel free and go back and check out previous episodes of Tips if you want more information, more tips, more advice on how you can survive and thrive in Grand Theft Auto Online. The first tip involves driving, which is a pretty easy stat to max out, or skill. I prefer calling them stats. All you really got to do is hop in one of your rides and drive around in free mode, an invite only session, drive around in missions, or you can go into racing. That's right, do some racing and earn some money, earn some RP, maybe win a couple times and unlock some engines, some brakes, and some other goodies. As with all these skills, building up your stats does take a little bit of time and patience and dedication, but driving is probably the easiest one because all you really have to do is just drive, which is most of the game. So if you're just bored one day and you just want to jump in your car and just drive around the map and just put it on your favorite radio station and listen to the new tracks, if you have it on Next Gen for the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, just do that for a while. Do it in third person, do it in first person, bounce around in the hills if you want, and eventually you're going to max out on your driving stats, either by just driving, just to drive, or in missions, or like I mentioned, via racing. The next skill we're going to discuss is flying. Now this is actually something a lot of people, believe it or not, in Grand Theft Auto Online shy away from. They don't like flying in helicopters or in planes or in jets. For whatever rhyme or reason, maybe they're afraid of heights in real life, or maybe they just rather drive. But for any of you interested in maxing out your flying stats, this one's actually pretty easy to do, just like driving, as long as you take the time, effort, and energy towards doing it. Just jump in a plane or a helicopter or a jet, fly around for a while, fly around in missions, or you can go down to the airport and do flight school and work on boosting your medals from bronze to silver to gold, earning more RP in the process, as well as some money. And if you finish the entire flight school, you will unlock a special top, the Elitist t-shirt, if you're into that sort of thing. So once again, just like with driving, all you got to do is just take the time to fly around, whether it's a helicopter, plane, or jet. And you actually earn a little bit more points by flying under bridges. So fly under bridges, just fly around in free mode, or in various missions that require jets or helicopters or planes, or just head on down to the San Andreas Flight School. The next skill we're going to discuss is shooting. Another easy skill that you can max out along with driving, because you do a lot of driving and you do a lot of shooting in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now here's some various ways you can max out your shooting skill. You can go down to a shooting range at one of the ammunitions, like the one by Simeon's dealership. Go in there, do all the shooting little mini games. Then, of course, you can do it in missions as well that involve shooting, which is usually most of the missions. In versus and death matches, team death matches, captures, last team standing. You can shoot other players and NPCs in free mode if you so wish. Or you can go into survival, which is something that I used to max out my shooting skill for my primary character. Plus, with a lot of these, you earn money and RP, like with the missions, with versus, death matches, captures, LTS, and of course survival. Great ways to max out your shooting skill, rank up, and earn some money. Now the rest of the skills we're going to discuss take a little bit more time and dedication to max out, because while you're always driving and shooting in Grand Theft Auto Online, you're not always doing these. Like for example, stamina. Stamina will get maxed out over time if you dedicate yourself to either running, swimming, or you can purchase a bicycle. And I would recommend the Scorcher. It's only $2,000. Just go and buy it online, and then wait a few minutes, walk out of your garage, then you get a text message that your bike has been delivered. Go back in your garage, grab your bicycle, then just ride around the place. And by running, by swimming, and by riding bicycles, you will eventually max out your stamina. But with all these skills, it does take time. Now, not only do you max out your stamina with swimming, you also max out lung capacity by swimming underwater. So you're doing both skills at the same time if you choose to go the swimming route, which is what I prefer doing because, like I said, you're getting, two birds with one stone in this aspect. Just go into the water, whether it's a pool or out in the ocean by Vespucci Beach, like I'm doing right here with Cynthia. Swim around, go underwater, swim. Keep an eye on the oxygen bar underneath the mini map and get up when it starts blinking red. So when you see it blinking red, just jump back up and catch some air, go back under, and just do it all over again. And over time, you're going to max out your stamina and your lung capacity. With stamina, you're going to be able to run longer and, of course, ride bicycles longer. So if you're into bicycle racing, that'll improve your chances of winning bike races. And, of course, with lung capacity, you'll be able to stay underwater way longer with it maxed out than you will at the very beginning of the game when your character just starts out. So that can be very beneficial, especially if you're trying to avoid the cops or you have to do something underwater. You dive down and you're able to stay underwater than some of the other players. So it's definitely an advantage to boost up both stamina and lung capacity. Now the next skill we're going to talk about is strength. Yeah, I need more muscles. I need to be stronger. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. All right, so yeah, strength, another skill that, believe it or not, takes a while to max out because you actually have to dedicate yourself to maxing out your strength, as with lung capacity and stamina. Now, you can go about maxing about your strength either through various mini games like golf or tennis, for example, or arm wrestling, or you can go into one of these no star wanted missions where the cops won't show up no matter what you do, and just run to a place that has a lot of people walking around, a lot of NPCs. I would recommend Vespucci Beach. And the mission I would recommend is All in the Game, which unlocks pretty early in Grand Theft Auto Online. So what I did was I went down to Vespucci Beach and I just started beating the crap out of everybody. Just, waylaying people and just knocking them out and murdering them left and right with my fists. That's right, my fists of fury, just pounding them. And, okay, calm down. Okay. Anyways, so beating the crap out of other NPCs in a no star wanted mission won't alert the cops, and it won't give you a mental state warning, which we will talk about in a moment. And plus, money drops around because NPCs do have a little bit of money, so it all adds up after a while. But it does take a long time for you to max out your strength stat, just like with the rest of them. So just change it up a little bit, do some golfing with some friends, play tennis with another crewmate or friend, do an arm wrestling mini game, or you can go about this route and just go beat the crap out of NPCs and all in the game. All right, the next skill is stealth. Now, this skill can help you out in, say, death matches. It can make it a lot more difficult for your bleep to appear on the mini-map if you have it maxed out. The more you have it maxed out, the more quieter you are in stealth mode. And this is actually one of the most difficult skills to max out. But we have a solution for you, the ever faithful rubber band trick. And no, I did not come up with the rubber band trick. It's something that's been around for a very, very long time, over the past year. Now, it's pretty simple to do. Just pick out one of your controllers, whether you're playing on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, or a last-gen console. Next, you'll need a rubber band, obviously. That's why it's called the rubber band trick. Then I would recommend a piece of land, a stretch like along the beach, either Vespucci Beach or another beach around the island, to do this on, because it's going to take a while, as with all skills, to max out stealth. Then just push down the left analog stick, take the rubber band, and wrap it around the controller, as you see in the photos here for both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. It's really easy to do. As long as you first put your character in stealth mode by pushing down the left analog stick, then taking the rubber band, starting with the left analog stick, wrap it around the back of the controller, then on the bottom right, portion of the controller, then you can just sit back and let your character walk all the way down the beach uninterrupted. You can go have some dinner, go write a novel, go play with the dog, go do your homework, study for that quiz tomorrow. And don't forget that the right analog stick is the direction, so make sure it's pointing the character in the right direction along the beach so they don't end up walking into the ocean or into traffic. And as I've mentioned time and time again, these skills do take a while, a few minutes at least, to fully max out. Now the final skill we're going to talk about is one you should actually avoid, unless you want to be a complete raging psychopath in Grand Theft Auto Online and be the terror of free mode. This is mental state, and you can jack up your mental state several ways: by beating the crap out of NPCs in free mode, by attacking and killing lots and lots of cops, and of course going after other gamers, by killing them over and over again, as well as blowing up their rides. But fair warning, whenever you blow up somebody's ride, it does come out of your pocket, and if you blow up too many rides and kill too many people, you will be labeled a bad sport. But the point of the mill state is supposed to help you determine in free mode which gamers are potentially friendly and which ones are hostile. And this isn't always the case, but usually whenever you see a white dot representing a gamer in free mode running around the place, they're probably not going to mess with you unless you mess with them. But then when you see the pink ones running around, they're kind of sort of iffy. They could go one way or the other. But then it's the ones that are blood red that you really have to worry about, because those guys are complete psychopaths who will kill any and everyone around them, with no questions asked. But over time, the mental state will go down as long as you refrain yourself from killing NPCs, other players, and of course blowing up cops, helicopters, and police cars. There is actually one more stat that I'm going to mention really quickly before we wrap up, and it's called the health stat, and it fully maxes out when you reach 200 in rank. So you got a long ways to go before you max out your health stat. But it's definitely worth maxing out your health stat along with all these other skills, because it does improve your Grand Theft Auto Online character. And once you get past level 200, you've basically unlocked everything. All the weapons, and of course all the vehicles, so you're pretty badass by the time you reach level 200 in Grand Theft Auto Online. And thus concludes Tips 5.0. If you found it informative, hit the like button. And for all my veteran Grand Theft Auto Online gamers, if you have any tips you think I should include in next week's installment, feel free and let me know below in the comment section. And check out my channel for awesome content 7 days a week. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Each and every subscription really does help my gaming channel grow. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, both linked in the description section. Have an awesome weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.